What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into Smackdown from December the 1st, 2023. Man, this year has gone by so quick. It is insane. It's insane. Time does fly. Time waits for no one. SmackDown overall was okay. It could have been better, but it was okay. I felt like this was a tape show. It seemed like it with what was on this show and the match card. It just seemed like it was, taped. It just wasn't. It didn't feel like it was live. It just didn't feel like it. So we kicked the show off with Bianca Belair. So she comes out, gets on the mic, puts over Brooklyn, New York. She puts over Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi. She said that we can celebrate the victory from War Games, but my war damage control is now over. Because EO, I'm still coming for you. I want my title back. So Dakota Kai comes out. She makes fun of the Brooklyn crowd, says that it stinks. So Dakota Kai says that EO was also saying that Bianca was in the way over her head. She's beaten Bianca twice, and if you want another title shot, you have to go through all of damage control. So Bianca says, well, that's nothing new. Who wants to go first? And then she taunts Asuka. Charlotte comes out along with Shotzi. They get on the mic. Shotzi says something cringe like, there's enough damage control to go around. And then a big, massive brawl breaks out. And that's how we end the first segment of the night. So this is fine, I guess. But like Michael Cole said on commentary, what was the point of War Games? I guess War Games didn't sell anything. Those were his exact words on commentary. And I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like, okay, why in the hell are you still continuing the feud involving damage control with Charlotte and Shotzi and Bianca? It's like, this feud was supposed to end at War Games. That's the point of War Games, is for a feud to end. I don't get it. You don't need all of this. You can still have Baylee be kicked out of the faction. Just like we know Dakota Kai is going to get kicked out of the faction as well. So, I don't know. So, damage control, they yell at Baylee for not being out there. Kairi would appreciate Bayley's help tonight, which was basically the main event. Moving on, first match of the night, Bobby Lashley versus Butch, a.k.a. Pete Dunne. Bobby Lashley wins via the spear, and I'm so damn pissed off that Triple H wants to push boring old Pete Dunne, now known as Butch. I don't fucking understand it. It's so stupid. And Butch got in a decent bit of offense in this match, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so ignorant. This is so stupid. Moving on. I'm glad that Bobby Lashley got the win. I don't know where Ridge Holland was. I figured that Ridge was going to come post-match and beat down Butch, but that wasn't the case. Moving on. So, Paul Heyman, he walks into Nick Aldis' office. Nick Aldis is planning to sign Randy Orton to an exclusive SmackDown contract tonight. Does the tribal chief know about this? All communications with Roman Reigns must go through Paul Heyman. Nick Aldis is going to sign Randy Orton, and if Nick Aldis has to offer up the entire bloodline to make it happen, then so be it. Nick Aldis wants to know what Heyman is going to do about it. Anything it takes, according to Paul Heyman. Interesting. And I like this. This is great. So, we all knew that Randy was going to sign with SmackDown anyway. It makes sense for him to be SmackDown exclusive. because that way he can have a rematch with Roman at the Royal Rumble, and you can still continue that on until we get into the Elimination Chamber. So you can still get a nice little feud out of that before Roman inevitably loses to Cody at WrestleMania 40, which I cannot wait for because Roman constantly misses these damn shows. Moving on. So Caleb Braxton had a backstage interview with Butch. He doesn't know why Ridge Holland walked out on him. He needs to focus on himself now. So pretty deadly, they join the conversation. Butch should take this moment as a learning moment, and then out of nowhere, Pretty Deadly beat the shit out of Butch, which I was happy for. 2 claps from me. 2 claps. Next, moving on. That's enough Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch shit. Moving on. Santos Escobar versus Joaquin Wilde, a.k.a. DJZ, a.k.a. Zima Ion from TNA Impact. Yup. I think Zima Ion, that was him back in, I want to say, maybe 08 to 2010. He was doing that gimmick. So Santos Escobar defeats Joaquin Wilde via the Shibata dropkick. No, my bad. He wins via the Phantom Driver. So post-match, Santos Escobar decides to beat down Joaquin some more. Dragon Lee makes the stave. And then Dragon Lee is able to fight off Santos Escobar. And so Santos Escobar flees. So I like this. This is probably going to end up being a rematch soon, later on down the line, for sure. So I do like this. I'm shocked that Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, they didn't show up, but maybe they will show up later. There's always time for that. So I would assume this is leading towards a 6-man tag. Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, and one of the members of the LWO, maybe even Carlito, to take on Santos Escobar and Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Hopefully that does happen, and if that does, that will fucking rule. Because Dragon Lee is dope. I love Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee kicks ass. I like what Triple H is doing with Dragon Lee. Moving on. So Adam Pearce, he confronts Nick Aldis. Adam Pearce is trying to figure out if Nick Aldis is trying to take Randy Orton away from Raw. Well, obviously, Adam Pearce, of course he is. Why wouldn't he? Who on Raw could feud with Randy Orton? Nobody. Not for storyline purposes. Outside of Cody. But, again, I've always stated that Cody and Randy should be feuding over the championship. That's what their feud should entail. It should involve the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. And I stand by that. That is what makes this the most sense. Now they could still feud without having the belt, but Cody's first title defense should be against Randy Orton. There's just nobody else. You can do Gunther as Cody's second title feud, but the first title feud that Cody should be with Randy Orton and no one else. So Adam Pearce says that he's going to join Nick Aldis in the ring with a contract of his own. I'm like, okay, who gives a shit? Next, my boy Logan Paul comes out. He gets on the mic. He says, to every friend who stabbed me in the back, to every hater who preyed on my downfall, I got a question for you. Where you at now? I like that. So then he goes over his accolades and everything else. He said that he spoke with Nick Aldis, and we've created a tournament to determine my next challenger. He wanted to give Rey Mysterio a rematch, but Rey got injured. He was really excited to give him the rematch. He said that the tournament will start next week. It features 8 superstars: Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee, Karrion Kross, an NXT superstar, Bobby Lashley, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and Kevin Owens. And then he says, I can guarantee whoever wins this tournament, they're going to have a nightmare trying to get this title off of me. So I do like this. This makes perfect sense. Now, we know this is all just AEW nonsense that Triple H is trying to do. Triple H is trying to do tit for tat. If Tony does a tournament, Triple H is going to do it. He has no bright ideas. I mean, I don't understand why the fuck he would do a tournament. That's dumb. But it does make sense, you know. This would probably be a single elimination tournament, which should lead us to the end of the year, going into early January. So my pick to win, I wouldn't mind seeing Karrion Kross win, honestly, or maybe even Bobby Lashley. Who would they pick from NXT? Maybe Braun Breaker. I think that'd be great. Braun Breaker would fit perfectly in that. That would be tremendous. I hope that does happen. I hope Braun Breaker is the guy who Shawn Michaels decides to pick, because there's nobody else that could do it from NXT that makes any sense. I mean, you could do Trick Williams. You could do Carmelo Hayes. Like, any of those 3 guys, I'd be fine with. But this tournament seems okay. Then Kevin Owens comes out. Oh, my God. So he belittles Logan Paul and all this other shit and says that he's in this tournament. He said that that nightmare's about to end because your days as champion are numbered, buddy. And then Logan Paul taunts Kevin Owens some more. It says that if you and I fought 6 seconds, 6 seconds would be 5 more than what I need to KO you. And then Kevin Owens and Logan Paul, they continue to bicker back and forth again. Out comes Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Grayson Waller puts over Logan Paul. Says that you don't need to engage with Kevin Owens, lad. He's just a troll trying to get attention. He's not forward-thinking, a forward-thinking disruptor like the 3 of us. In fact, we have a lot in common. And then Austin Theory says that Kevin Owens loves punching people in the face, right? Look at who he's standing across from, Logan Paul, the man who knocks people out, just like that. So after Logan is done knocking you out, maybe your days of punching people in the face are over. And then Kevin Owens just decks Austin Theory, and then this leads us into Grayson Waller versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets the win via a roll-up, which fucking pissed me off, and I'm just like, oh my God. It was cool to have Logan Paul on commentary, and I'm hoping that they do have a faction involving Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. I think that would be tremendous. I know people have mentioned that before, and I am in complete agreement for that. That could fucking rule. That would be great. They all are good on the mic. And to have an entourage around Logan Paul would be great. I think that would make the most sense. But I am so tired of Kevin Owens. I really am. Now, this tournament takes place next week, so this is going to be a tribute to the Troop show as well. I don't know if that's going to be after SmackDown goes off the air or if it's going to be SmackDown along with tribute to the Troops. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Then we get a recap of CM Punk's return at Survivor Series and his promo that he cut on Raw. And then CM Punk will appear next week on SmackDown for the Tribute to the Troops special. So I guess they're going to combine this all into one. So, interesting there. I don't know if I'm going to review it or not. I don't know. I have to decide. So I'm debating. I don't know yet. The main event of the evening, wrestling-wise, Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. So Bianca Belair wins via the KOD. And then post-match, Baylee looked distraught. She didn't try to do anything. So all things point to Baylee being kicked out of Damage Control along with Dakota Kai. And I can't wait for that to happen. On to the closing segment. So, Nick Aldis introduces Randy Orton. And Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, they start bickering. Adam Pearce, he made me laugh by saying, "You better take your hands off of me. Randy, you're a Monday Night Raw legend. You belong on Raw." And so Adam Pearce starts saying that, well, I can give you the winner of Seth Rollins and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then Nick Aldis says, "Randy, you signed with SmackDown. I can give you the guys that took you out." And then so Paul Heyman comes out. He puts over Roman Reigns like he always does. He says, after 18 months on the shelf, thanks to Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, Randy Orton has come home looking for revenge, and there's going to be no RKOs this evening. And that decision and there'll be no decision made by Randy Orton because the Bloodline is going to make the decision for you. So the Bloodline comes in, Jimmy Uso and Solo. They storm the ring. They try to beat down Randy, which they do for a second. LA Knight comes out to a massive pop, makes a save. And then LA Knight and Solo, they brawl. They brawl on the outside. This allows for Orton to hit his draping DDT. And then he RKOs Jimmy. So Orton decides to sign a contract with a Smackdown. He drops the binder on Jimmy's chest. And then Orton says, "Hey, Paul, you can call Roman Reigns and tell him Daddy's back," which was great. And then Nick Aldis raises Randy Orton's hand in the ring. And then Orton hits an RKO on Nick Aldis to close the show. That was great. I love that. That was really solid stuff there. I do like that. Again, I think what they might do with Randy after he's done with the Bloodline, I hope that him and Nick Aldis can feud. I think that would be tremendous right there. I think that would be great. That would be excellent. I hope that shit happens. Take my money. Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis, sign me up. I think that would be tremendous. That would be absolutely tremendous. And I think that's something that they could revisit down the line. Because, I don't see Nick Aldis in this role long. I really don't. I see him in this for maybe like 6 months. And then that's when he transitions from SmackDown GM to pro wrestler. Because Nick Aldis can still go. He's, 36? So, yeah, he can still go. He's not old. But SmackDown overall was okay. It could have been better. I liked I like the fact that Randy Orton is exclusive to SmackDown, which is great. That makes perfect sense. It seems like they're going to have CM Punk as a Raw guy, or maybe just as a free agent who jumps back and forth from SmackDown to Raw. So that's pretty cool. The U.S. tournament coming up seems interesting. Again, for the NXT superstar, I hope it's going to be either Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, or maybe Trick Williams. Somebody who's over like that. Somebody who's a top guy. I do think that Braun Breaker would be the perfect candidate to be in that slot. And if he's in, he's my pick to win. So there's that. But SmackDown was okay. Damage Control stuff is boring. I'm tired of Damage Control. Triple H needs to go ahead and pull the trigger on that. Like, seriously, like before the end of the year, Damage Control needs to split up. You have to, because there's no point of them waiting for the Royal Rumble to do that. That would be stupid. So Triple H better go ahead and pull the trigger on that within the coming weeks. But all in all, SmackDown was all right. What did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.